Narasimha, give me like 2 minutes.
Yeah, sure.
Meanwhile, you can just discuss. Give me 2 minutes, please. Let me just feed medication to my daughter.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry, guys. Yes, I'm back. Okay. Yes, Narasimha. I'm ready in case if you want to go.
Okay. Fine then. So yeah. So let me share my desktop.
Okay, let me stop sharing.
Yeah, I'll just talk about the reasons why we need to pick up one of the combinable transformation, right? Yeah. Or when to choose what. So these are the questions, right? Yeah. So let us start with lookup itself. Yeah. So in lookup, we have got two subcategories, right? So one is connector lookup and unconnected, right? Yes. So connected means we use pipelining in a sense, line with arrow through which data transfer would take place. Yeah. So we all know that, right? So which means if you have, let us say, source, then followed by target or some transformation, then followed by target. You know, so in this case, what happens? This particular line with arrow indicates what? Live planning. you know. So through which data transfer would take place. We all know that. you know. Yeah. Now let us say if we have 1 million rows or 1 billion rows or 1 trillion rows, right? So in that case, what happens? There is going to be a lot of overhead when it comes to what? Data transfer. Our question. So do we have any way to cut down this kind of data transfer overhead or not? Yeah, that's a question. So answer is yes. So that's why we can start thinking of using unconnected lookup, right? Where no pipelining is required. Without that also, we could able to achieve the lookup functionality. Yes or no? For example, let's say we have got top level function underneath, we can make a call to some other function. For example, in reality, what we did was we have used expression transformation within which we made a call to lookup by supplying the input, right? And then this is going to return the value, let's say int return or whatever, right? Yeah. So, which means, so in top level function, we are trying to make a call to inner function where we perform the lookup, right? By supplying input. Let's say input is going to be the department number, you know, which means for a given department number, obtain the sum of salary drawn in that particular department. In that case, we are going to separate the logic from the caller. In the sense, someone will make a call, but actual functionality will take place in a call. In the sense, within this body, where we perform sum of salary drawn. Let's say return sum, whatever, natural numbers, example, right? Or department number. So, so that's what we do. The sum function is some other function where it takes care of obtaining the sum salary drawn in the relevant department. Mhm. Like radiology, thermatology, or cardiology, or oncology, whatever, right? So we can specify appropriate department number. Then we could able to obtain the corresponding sum for the relevant department, right? So that's it. So now once you get this particular return value, this could be taken as input, downstream expressions or other expressions. This is the flow. In this case, only overhead that we could see over here is jump instruction that would take place between the caller and calling. Yeah, because the control should be transferred from one function to other function, right? That's where jump instruction will take place, and vice versa. Again, when you try to return the value from this particular function to the caller, one more jump instruction will take place. But when it comes to performance, right? So this is a marginal thing, which is jump instructions compared to data transfer. So that is why when we deal with large volume of data, so it is advisable to pick up this unconnected over
Sagarika, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you,
Okay. I
but I
think,
can't hear Nashima.
Wait a
yeah, I think we,
minute.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think now you can hear me, right?
Yes.
yes.
Yeah, the power cut. Yeah, fine. So that's it. I hope you understood, right? The difference between the connected and unconnected lookup, right?
So you were cut down from like performance to large transfer to large volume. Like I'm okay, but maybe if you want, you actually, yeah, we lost you for some reason for a couple of
Okay.
minutes.
So what I was saying is, in case of unconnected lookup, there will be jump instruction that would take place between the caller here and calling. Yeah. Now, same way would happen once it returns from callee to caller. Yeah. So when it comes to performance, what I said was data transfer would have much more overhead in comparison with jump instructions. That's what I said, which means if you want to deal with large volume of data, it is always advisable to choose unconnected over connected lookup. Yeah. So that's what I was trying to say over there, right? But the functionality wise, both are same, except one difference between connected and unconnected. What is that? I think we've already seen that, right?
Return port, yeah, number of return.
Yeah,
Yeah.
connected returns multiple
Multiple
ports and
ports.
returns
Unconnected
one.
one port. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. But now the question, let us say if you want to get multiple return ports in case of unconnected lookup, how do we take care of it? It's very simple. We can just
Concatenate, yeah.
make a call. Sorry?
No, go ahead, yeah, go ahead, please.
Yeah, we can make a call to n number of calls. First lookup returns port 1, second lookup returns port 2, or whatever. So that way we could able to achieve that, right? So yeah, if you want it, but mostly we don't do that because the main essence of this particular lookup transformation would be obtain the value belonging to the respective code. For example, for a given country code, get the corresponding country value or country name, right? So in that case, usually we don't return more than one port. Instead, we return only one port. But if needed, yes, we can make a call multiple times to avail that particular capability. Fine, that's it. So, and let us say,
I have a
let us,
question, Nashima.
yeah,
Just a curiosity. Like, if volume of data is both same, but using connected and unconnected, is that processing time is faster in case of unconnected?
yes.
Okay.
Because what happens is when it comes to this particular caller, right, it is
Mm-hmm.
going to form n number of records and put it in a buffer. All of them would be taken as input to the calling, where
Mm-hmm.
return would take place. So that is why it happens a bit faster. That's one thing.
Okay.
Next thing is what? It doesn't require any data transfer because the scope and visibility is happening within
Mm-hmm.
itself. That is why unconnected is going to preside over connected lookup. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's it about unconnected part. Yeah. So yeah. Now I think combinable transformation we have already completed. Now we can start getting into, yeah, we'll come back to the transformations again. Today we'll try to focus on what tasks. Yeah. We have got multiple types of assets, right? So far we dealt with what? One type of asset, which is mapping. Now let us say we need to start what I call getting into another type of asset, which we call tasks, right? So how do we and what is the need of this particular getting into tasks? As we all know that task is going to be the runnable element, meaning it's equal to object. In a sense, if you think or if you call back object-oriented programming, where you will have a classes, yes or no, and you will have what object, yeah. So which means within this particular main method, where we make an object or we create instance of that particular object and then start making a call to appropriate method. This is what we do, right? Same concept holds good even in what? Mapping and task. So mapping is going to be a class which can't be used directly. Task is going to be an object which can be used directly. Example, this one, right? So which means we can only avail the functionality by using what? An object, but not class. Remember that. So now the question, let us say we got a bunch of mappings which need to be called anywhere or which need to be used anywhere in the task flow or anywhere in the business flow. In such cases, we need to go with what? Building the or create a task for each of the mapping and get it called in the top level task flow, right? So that's where task concept would come in. Now, within this task, we got different types of tasks. One and first and foremost thing is going to be what? Mapping task, which is equivalent of session task in Power Center, right? So that's it. Yeah. So similarly, we have got what are different types of tasks, synchronization tasks, replication tasks, map tasks, whatever. But this is a major thing, mapping task. Yeah. Yeah, let us try getting into it and see how do they work and what do we infer from the particular task. Remember, guys, so in iics, so main what do you call positive point that we could think from here is that so we can create a complete parameterization. Yeah. So mapping or parameterization API or parameterization any flow. Once you are done with that, they don't expect any what you call input or any dependency from the developers. So that is why the customers are very happy when it comes to what IACS because Informatica they have taken out the dependency from the developers, not fully, partially. Most of the things would be done by using what pre-built templates itself. Example, we have got many pre-built tasks. In that case, customers they don't need to depend on developers. They themselves can build a solution based on their choice. Remember that. So that is why. So their key take from IICs is what? The usage of it. In a sense, they can build their business flows without much of dependency. Yeah. So that's it. Yeah. Now Paul can just share your desktop and we'll start getting into some practical stuff. Umesh?
Sure, Nishan. Let me just. You can see my screen, correct?
Yes, it's coming up. The first one only, tasks and select mapping task. Yeah. Fine.
Okay, we will create here.
Yes, now you can select a mapping. Yeah, click on select. So here you can select any mapping that we have built it. Yeah, can you see here? Here we could also see the review just to see whether we have selected the right mapping or not. Yeah, click on next. Yeah, one second. So can you see here, guys? So this particular task can be executed in one of these modes, like we have got on-demand mode or batch mode, right? Batch in turn could comprises of on-demand execution and also scheduled mode. In a sense, we can specify date and time. Based on that, invocation of this particular task would take place, right? So now the question, how do you build this particular schedule? Remember, in case if administrator has built a pre-built schedule, we can also specify over here, or else we can also build our own schedule within this particular task itself. Yeah, yeah. And now when it comes to bottom right, email notification, right? Email could be sent in one of these three options: failure case, success case, warning case. Yeah. But I can just enable this radio button and specify mail ID and see whether you will receive that mail or not. So I can just put success case because this mapping is success, right? Yeah. You can put some Gmail ID. Fine. Now in the bottom we can see pre and post commands. Yeah. So in the sense after or before execution of this particular task, if you want to perform some operations like cleanup operations or flushing operations or some other pullout operations, whatever, right? Such things can be done by using what? Pre-processing commands. Similarly, post-processing commands where we can specify shell script or simple Unix command using which we can perform what? Post operations. Yeah. The number of logs are by default 10. If you want to increase or decrease, we can always do that. And then we have got change handling by default asynchronous. On dynamic, you could also do that. Can you see in the bottom, guys? Parameter file directory. Yeah.
Yes.
In the sense, in the sense, in case if you want to use any parameters that are required for this particular task, we could specify the directory and a file name, and within that we can have parameters. We'll see that. Yeah. In the bottom, we can see what performance tuning options. Yeah, in the bottom right, like ELT options, or we got many session properties in the bottom. Yeah, which are exactly similar to what you guys would have seen in the Power Center, where we can specify buffer size or block size or stash size or PDO option, post on optimization, and so on. So we got multiple options, right, through which we can take care of two operations. One, debugging, and second, tuning. So both of the options are available as part of advanced session property. If you click on add, we could able to see n number of options over here. Click on add and see what we have here. Yeah, can you see click on drop down? No. Yes. Yeah, can you see here? These are the multiple options. So these options, some are related to debugging, some are related to what? Performance tuning. So we've got both. Yeah. So yeah, yeah. Now yeah, probably can just delete this. And we'll come to that later. Now we are focusing on task. Let us stick to that. Fine. So that's it. Say finish. That's it. Yeah. Now we can just run.
Can a task be in invalid state? This one.
Yes. No?
What are the how it can be invalid? Like if the mapping is valid, you're just providing
Mhm.
the details, right? Like they connect, like the let's say it is using a parameterized and all those. It does not. You don't have to specify the connection information. So if the mapping is valid, how a task can be invalid? What are the scenarios?
Task will not be created at all if there is any link issue or any what do you call properties which are not configured. So we can their buttons will be disabled like next or finish buttons.
Nassim, I have a
Umesh?
question.
Yeah,
Uh, uh, Earlier, Umer used to make mapping and then run it, right? Save it, run it.
right.
Now he created a task and then attached a mapping to it and then running it, right?
Yeah.
So what is the
Yeah.
two difference?
Yeah, earlier approach was not good. We should never
Okay,
do that, like running
okay.
a mapping directly, because what it does is, if you do that, it is going to create mapping task by itself without you being involved in that, right? But
Uh-huh.
that's not advisable. It will create a random mapping task, and then execution will take place. Yeah. But now, instead of doing that, we are trying to create mapping tasks explicitly by ourselves.
Okay. Like in
This is
Informatica also, we are creating a session to run a mapping,
exact.
right? Okay.
Yes.
We are
Mapping task
here.
equivalent term and sentence. Yeah.
Okay. Mapping task is equal to session there. So, okay.
Yes, you're right.
Mm.
So how can we link multiple tasks to set up the dependency response?
Task flow, like we have
Task.
workflow, right? In Power Center.
Uh-huh.
So here we have
Task.
got task flows. Like one of the asset, we have task flows, right? That's what we
Yeah,
use.
the fourth one, fourth one.
Task flows. Okay.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, we'll come to that.
And
We'll
also, if
focus.
we run the mapping directly, whatever you taught in the beginning, today you were
Mm,
teaching us like no using a task and then run the mapping. So
mhm.
if we directly run the mapping, then we cannot send the email notification failure and these things we cannot send, right? But if you
No,
attach a task, then it
no,
is
we can.
possible.
Though we can still do that. So, like in admin level, we've
Uh-huh.
got yeah global
Okay.
properties, right? Where we can
Uh-huh.
configure this email stuff there also. Yeah. That is possible, but here specific to task level we can configure, but that is global to all the tasks. America. Got right?
Uh-huh.
Meaning
So
admin level, if you try to define mail ID, right? Let's say you
uh,
specified your email ID,
uh-huh.
irrespective of whether this particular task success or failure or warning, right? You'll get a mail notification. But if you don't want that to
Uh-huh.
happen, instead it should happen with the specific task. Then we go with what? Building specific task and specify appropriate mail IDs or recipients. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah. Yes, Omer. You have some question?
Yeah,
This is a
just want
preview,
to
right?
check, like Sagarika question. So let's say if we don't create a task, you are saying we can still send out an email notification. Where that would be if we just
Go to
run our
administrator. In admin level, we'll have that global properties where, like you have seen, warning, failure, success, right? In three cases, we can specify mail recipients IDs, right? So
but
same
there is
way,
I understand, but there is going to be default, right? You cannot change those but let's say I am not an administrator, but I really want to be notified for any failure mapping, let's say, right? So in that
yeah.
case,
In that case, we need to if you want to specific ID to be used for specific mapping, then we need to go with the creation of mapping task. But
Yeah, the
let
task.
us say, as a team, if you think, right, there is a dev group. If
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
any
correct.
failure happens, right, we should get a
Mm-hmm.
notification to the dev
Yeah,
group.
yeah, yeah. No,
Then
I see.
we specify that at admin level. Then rest will be taken care. Yeah,
Correct, correct,
But the best practice is you always create a task for mapping, right?
exactly. That's the best practice because
Okay.
see, we should always go with what the ASQ, which is answer to specific question, right? So
Okay.
specific means this one, task
Mm,
level operations, right? Yeah,
mm, okay.
okay,
fine. Now let us try to create synchronization tasks. Yeah. Let's say we got n number of medias. Like one is a Salesforce, other is Amazon, third is a Google Cloud, and some other, let's say, file, and some other could be database, and some other could be, let's say, whatever, right? We got multiple medias where we store the data. Now the question, let us say we need to make sure that in all the medias, data is in par what we expect. Then how do you take care of it? That's where we go with what? Synchronization task, where we specify from and to, and then run it periodically so that data would be synchronized across multiple medias, right? That's where we should think of using synchronization task, right? Yeah.
okay,
So you can specify any name here. Synchronization task based on two sources.
okay.
You can put two sources. Yeah. We can have n number of sources. We are just starting with two. Yeah. We'll
Okay,
talk about here with parameterization, without parameterization. How do we take care? Yeah. Fine. So task operation can select insert here. That's a default. It's a project, right? If
correct.
you want to create our own project, we can also do that. We have not done it, but we can do that. Insert, you can specify. Yeah. Insert means all the rows will be
Mm,
transferred from source to a target. Update means only modified records will get reflected. Yeah. Now you can specify the connection, source connection. Let's say flat file, whatever. Yeah. Now click on drop down.
1 second.
Yes. Yeah. So because we are using flat file here, right? Other two options are disabled because they are related to database. Right. Yes. Click on next. Yeah. Click on next. Yes. And target. Yeah. Here we are using both are same media, but the targets are source and targets are different. That's all we are doing. Yeah. You can specify. Yeah. Any target file name you can supply here. Select object. Yeah. One of them. Fine.
And
Yes.
Nasima, the
Yeah.
source, he said two source, right? Did he select two
One.
source?
No, one only here. One at a time.
Okay.
If you want multiple, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then we need to create multiple synchronization tasks. But tables wise, we can take care. We got a query option that where we can have n number of objects like tables. Yeah.
No, no, I don't understand, but he, Umair wrote that synchronization tags underscore two sources, right? So I'm thinking that we are taking two sources in two flat files.
No, one is a
No?
source, which is a flat file. Target
Mm-hmm.
is also a flat file. So both are
Okay.
same media.
Okay. Mm.
So source is a file and target is a file. But
Okay.
in reality, we
Mm-hmm.
use source as a one media, like a file, and target will be some other media, like a Salesforce or Amazon, like that, right?
Okay, what is that source type single multiple saved queries? What is that? I don't understand that multiple selection. When
Yeah,
will I go for multiple
it
selection?
means single file.
Mm-hmm.
You got right? Yes, sir. If you
Mm-hmm.
say multiple means multiple files.
So then
That is
when we
disabled.
select, yeah, disable, but I'm thinking if we go for multiple files, then we have to like source object where he selected seq underscore
Yeah,
text. There we have to select multiple files.
right. No, no. This is applicable for database where we can select multiple tables.
Okay, okay.
You got right? Yeah. So that's a one thing. And next, we have got saved query. In a sense, we can have the query which is a predefined and kept it somewhere. Then
Mm-hmm.
we can reuse it and start making use of it to perform data synchronization. That's where we
Okay.
use this last option, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fine. Click on next. Yeah. So then we can also again click on next. Yeah. Can you see here? There is a filter. So if you want to limit the number of rows in the target, in a sense, the business they don't expect all the rows in a specified target. In that case, we can apply filter condition. Click on me and specify condition like C1 equal to something. Yeah.
Okay, you want to go back to the filter?
Yes. Yeah. You can just select C1 or whatever. Yeah. Object is SEQ1 and column is C1. You can supply C1 greater than something, greater than 1. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Now mapping by default plane mapping, which is one to one correspondence, C1 to C1. It's already mapped, right? You can see great tick mark. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want only specific things, you can just take out and then specify what you wanted. Yeah, that's one thing. And second things, can you see here there's a validate mapping? Click on validate mapping. Yeah. Which means though the mapping was invalid, we can still use it. But as part of usage, no, we can still validate here. Umesh, you got right. So, but logically, this mapping will be validated at the time of creation itself. Yeah.
Yes.
On top of that, in case if you have done some what you call including a map plate and within this mapping, right? Then there'll be some synchronization issues between the map plate and mapping. In that case, we can still validate this particular mapping. Fine. Yeah. Types also we can modify, edit types. Click on type. There's edit types. Yeah. If you want to change it, or else we can just use the same thing. Fine.
Mm.
Data type or whatever, right? You can change it. Yeah. Cancel
What is
it.
this actions here? This one.
Function.
Under edit explanation.
Yeah, exactly. Function. Whatever manipulation that you want, right? We can do it. Yeah.
No, I understand, but is it at the target level, like target field, or where exactly are you performing these functions on?
In between.
In between. Okay,
Yeah.
clear
Like for
now.
example, yeah, let us say while transferring data from source to target, we applied what? Filter, right? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Similarly,
Yes.
we can
Your
also
C1
apply
is
for
greater
that.
than 1.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like now. Now click on next. Yeah. So this is same. Yeah. And finish and run. That's it. Yeah. So to this we discussed right already. Yeah. Oh, we need to execute it. Have you done it?
I think I did. Did I not?
No.
Or I did not.
No. Yeah.
Failed.
Yeah, type mismatch, right? So
Yep.
go to that edit it. Yeah, edit. Click on edit. Modify that filter.
film. Okay.
No, filter. Click on filter.
Select a target. I don't know why it is going
Not
one by one.
selected. Huh? That is fine. You can just select a target. Click on select and specify the target. Select. It's not taking. Huh? Yeah. You can select any object here. Yeah. Yeah. Now go to that filters, data filters.
Yes.
Because we,
Data.
yeah, yes. Click on that filter and put the value 1 within a single quote. Yes. Then, okay. Yeah. Now just click on finish.
So is it because the C1 is a string, the column is a string, and
You're
the
right.
data is integer?
Yes.
That's why you put it in single quote.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Now you got right. So
Yeah,
that's it. So
Umer, I want to see the difference. The source and then the target. So I will find the difference. What changes happened?
greater than 1, we got it right. So less than 1, we don't have any data. Huh?
Okay. C1. So greater than
The
one.
count,
So four
yeah, 1
seven.
is not there.
Yeah, 474. Yeah, yeah. Okay, 55. Yeah.
Yeah. Sagarika, you are trying to test this too. This is well tested.
No, 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 no. I want to see the difference because I'm following the mapping, but I want to see the difference and what the task means, sequential task mean. I just felt like you just do the mapping, like put a condition and filtering the rows. But I don't
Okay.
understand what is the synchronization task. That's why.
Yeah, okay. Fine. Yeah. Now let us try to parameterize this. Now what we did was we have just hard coded, right? Now let us try to take out this hard code part. Let us, for example, for today's business, we focus on what greater than 1. And during later part of the business day or next day or next quarter, the value could be different. In that case, are we going to modify this particular task with a filter condition? Answer is no. Then how do we take care? That's where we need to start getting into another concept which we call parameterization, which means supply value to a parameter at runtime would be taken care of by using what? Parameterization. Now, within this IACS, there are two ways to take care of this parameterization. One, by using a file, which is exactly similar to the power center, and second, by using what? Mapping level parameterization. For now, let us try to focus on file level parameterization. So thereafter, we'll try to stress towards mapping level parameterization. Fine. To get
Mhm.
there, the first and foremost thing is what? We need to create a file and add parameter in that. Yeah. So please go to File Explorer and create parent file. Yeah. File.
Yeah, I will create. Let me just first create the parameter.
Fine. No, text up. Yeah. You can just put param. Yeah, that's just put param because type of problems might come later if you have too many characters in a file. Yeah.
Okay.
Just put param. Just file name itself is a param. Yeah, that's it. Enter. Yeah, open that file and then add. Let us say $,
Yeah.
filter. Yeah, $, filter equal to 1. Equal to 1. one. So see, we are trying to do this hard-coded value, right? Just by using parameter. That's all we are trying to do. After that, we can change value to this parameter whenever you wanted it. Yeah,
So
that's
need
it.
to put the
And now,
number, sorry, one inside a single quote.
yeah, that's fine. That we can see the syntactical part. Yes, this is how we add it. Now close
Mhm.
this.
What about the global part? Do we need to add the global at the very start?
That scope, right? Yeah, like what we do in Power Center. Yes, if you want, we can add it by default. If you don't specify anything, right, it will be treated as what global level parameters. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's a default behavior. Now the question. So we need to place this parameter in a default location. Go to that file explorer. So what is the default location within iics data folder, right? Copy this file. Copy this file.
Okay.
Now go to that location where we have installed this iics. Go to C drive, program files. Yeah,
That's it.
secure agent. And then apps, data integration server, data. So this is a default folder, guys.
And then
So
parameters
yeah,
folder. Yeah.
no, that's not required. Go back,
That's not required. Okay.
just paste it here. Yeah, that's one way. But best thing is user parameters. Can you see user parameters folder? Click on the last
Up, up,
but
up,
one.
up.
Paste it.
User parameters. Okay.
Well, yeah, this is a default location, guys, which means if you don't specify any path by
Mm.
default, it would look at the file in this location, which is user parameters location. Yeah? Or else we need to specify the complete absolute path explicitly as part of task configuration. Yeah? Now this is done. Created parameter file, added a parameter, and placed in the default location. Now the next question, we need to refer to that parameter file and then specify the uses of that parameter. These two things need to be done at task level. So open the synchronization task or make a copy of that synchronization task. Make a copy so that we'll try to parameterize existing task.
Okay.
You got right
So
concept?
yeah, but in order to make the copy, where exactly do we go to make the copy?
You need to go to that explore. Click on explore.
Oh, okay. So
Explore and then
I see.
synchronization. Okay. Copy.
Copy.
Copy
Yes.
to. We can rename it. Yeah.
Yes. You can just put underscore parameter. Yeah. That's fine, I think.
Okay.
Now open the task, double click, edit. Go to the data filters, click on the direct link. Yes. Now, yeah. Now specify that parameter name instead of one, right? Dollar parameter.
Filter.
No, no
Not
codes.
no
Direct,
course. Yeah.
only name. There's a parameter, right? Yeah. So we apply code for value.
Mhm.
Yes. That's it. No. Now go to schedule. Yeah. Next. See now parameter name is specified. Parameter file we have not specified, right? Now come down.
Mhm.
Yeah, specify parameter file name here, param.txt.
So should we give the path here or just file
It
name?
No, it's not
automatically takes.
required. That's what I said. If
Mm-hmm.
the parameter file is placed in a default location, then
Mm-hmm.
path is not required. If not,
Only
absolute
give the
path to the
file
file.
name. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. No codes, nothing. Yeah, param.txt. Yes,
Yes,
we got the
food.
same result, right? Yes or no?
Yeah.
This is what we
Mm-hmm.
expected. You can just verify the result, then we'll come out from this. Yeah? Yes. Now we can also change the value to that parameter and see the effect of it. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Yes.
Data integration. Next one. Yeah. Data. User parameters. Down. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. Looks like I've become expert now. Am I with this tool?
Yeah, I mean,
He's working, so his hand is faster, you know.
Yeah,
Even
I think you
the
are also practicing, right, Sagarika?
yeah, yeah, yeah. The speed you were talking, he's doing much faster than that.
Yeah.
So when I'm
So now
continuing
anyway,
on what you are saying, and I have to, my ear and my eyes should be synchronized, you know, because he's doing and I'm listening to you. So both.
I think you'll be understanding better than what he's doing because he's just focusing on how to perform the actions, right? But you're
Yes,
trying
yes.
to understand. So
Yeah,
later on you can just
yeah. Hmm. Understand also listening to you at the same time, you know. My
like he's doing both. Yeah.
yeah, he's doing
But
both.
anyway, now you could able to see the effect of this change, right? Yes or no? Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
So greater than four. We got only two rows only. Yeah.
So we can also change the column name there also, right? C2 something and then the
Yeah. Whatever filter that you want, that you can apply. We have just
mm,
tried with one based on one
mm,
column. Yeah.
yeah.
So so then we can apply this for any column, any number of columns. See, filter could be simple filter, it could be compound filter, it could be complex filter, right?
Mm,
So any kind of filter condition can be kept based on one or more columns. Okay?
mm.
So that's it about this parameterization. So likewise, we can add n number of parameters within this
So
parameter
Umar,
file.
can you go to the that uh, task one more time? I just want so the like uh, whatever job is running, he's clicking on my jobs to see, right? And explore what explore we are doing.
to make a
Uh,
copy of
See, explore is like a file explorer where you'll have all the mappings or all assets. Yeah.
okay, okay,
And my job's like a workflow monitor we have, right? In Power Center.
okay. Yeah, that's why it's multiple copies of one mapping, and here only
Yeah,
single
this
copies. I think.
copy, see, the copy is similar to what repository manager, where we
Mm-hmm.
can say copy to even designer also we have it.
Mm-hmm.
So this is similar to that. Like we
Okay.
perform metadata operations, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So and then my job basically monitor where we can
Yeah,
monitor
my
tasks.
jobs is monitor. Okay, yeah, yeah. So, yeah,
Right.
understood.
So
Okay,
that's
fine.
it about these parameters and stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope it's clear, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like how to take
yes.
care of parameterization. Yeah. Yeah. So probably with this we'll stop for the day. So we'll continue from it
Mm.
tomorrow. But yeah,
Okay.
before that, if you have any questions, you can shoot up. We can discuss any kind of question.
Quick question. Isma, I did
Yeah.
an export of this task.
Mhm.
Does it go in the under what, like, because usually XML, right? It should be in the XML in the Power Center whenever we export our code.
No, here also it will be XML only. If you extract that zip file, no, it will be XML file.
I think in downloads.
Extract. You need to extract it.
Oh yes, correct.
Extract all.
So when I did click on extract,
Mm-hmm.
says so. This is
JSON file we have, right?
export metadata v
Yeah,
JSON.
yeah.
Does
Click
it go
on
into the
explore.
JSON?
Click on explore. Explore.
Top one. Yeah.
Yeah, here, see, we can see this is where you'll have what that project level properties, right? So this is
Correct.
yeah, just open that file, JSON file. See, this is a superset of XML, right? We all know that, right?
I see. Yeah.
But today I'll talk about it, like how we can make use of JSON within this ISCS. I'll talk about it now
Mm-hmm.
because you asked that question. I'm forced to answer that question. Yeah. Now here you can see like project properties, nothing else. Yeah, like permissions and geo
Correct.
and
Yes.
all that. Similarly, we can go to other JSON files specific to this particular task. Go back.
This
Yeah,
one.
no, before that we have right. This is here also we can see. Yeah, you can
This is
come
a
down.
task. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, you can see in the top right, first one, first line, which indicates the name of this task, right? Then followed by rest. Yeah.
Yes.
So
Correct.
this is much easier to read compared to XML, right? Yeah.
Correct.
This
Yes.
is
This is much
ultimately
easier.
this also follows evaluate types. Yeah. So that's it.
Okay. Perfect.
Hmm.
Thank you very much, Resma.
There's one more. There's a content export.
This one. You are breaking, Resma. I think we lost him.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, Sagarika?
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Yes, Resma. We can hear you. Can you hear us?
Some issues, I think.
Let's discuss this tomorrow. This seems to be an important task. I mean,
Yeah.
topic we have already discussed. Maybe he can listen to us, or I can drop off. He will
Mm-hmm.
understand. We drop.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. All right. Sagarika, we'll talk.
Yeah. Bye. Yeah.